Hey friends, how you doing? Welcome back or welcome to my channel. If you are new here, I am TheTranspondster, and today I'm going to be hanging out in Create a Sim with you guys, and we are creating a single dad and his 4 daughters. They are going to be ranging in age all the way from infant to teen. So we're going to have an infant, a child, and 2 teenage daughters. They're not twins. They're born different times, different ages, but one will be probably closer to young adult than teen, but not quite there yet. So anyways, you will see me briefly create the mother of the family, but she will be deleted by the end. We don't actually, get rid of her in live mode, so we had to kind of just imagine the story for her. There's no tragic death or anything by fire or pool. My story would be that she actually passed away in childbirth, which explains how they ended up with an infant and a teen sim in this family. So Simon has his hands full, but he is ready for the challenge. He is very family oriented. He's your typical goofy dad kind of vibe, so lots of dad jokes coming from him. He's going to be a little bit childish and a bit of a foodie. So for his career and his aspiration, he'll actually be a chef and will have pretty good cooking and mixology skills, along with, I think I make him like handiness and video games. So kind of a nerdy, goofy dad. And his fashion sense is pretty suitable to that. He doesn't have the best style, but it's not terrible, so I'll give him that. Like I didn't give him the style myself. Anyways, he is going to probably end up with like the close-knit lifestyle through gameplay based on the story I kind of have envisioned for the family. And he's going to be pretty down to earth and basic when it comes to decor style. I feel like he does have a little bit more of a manly touch in interior design, so there will be some modern and industrial decor when it comes to their house that will be on my channel as well. And he likes a lot of blues, browns, gray, purple, so you'll see that throughout his fashion and his home when it gets to that video. I like to think that he's very open-minded and down to earth, someone his daughters feel very comfortable talking to. So the kind of dad I think that everyone just wishes they have, whether they have one or not. But yeah, he's not going to be into any of the outdoorsy things, so I feel like that might be more of a typical dad stereotype, that they like being outside a lot, but Simon prefers being inside, spending quality time in the kitchen with his daughters. I feel like this is the kind of family that cooks dinner together pretty regularly, and they're just all very close. I do, when it comes to the family dynamics through Create a Sim, I make the 2 teenage daughters a little bit distant. I think the 1 teenage daughter may even be a little bit distant from the dad as well, just because I felt like that's normal for a teen daughter to kind of be going through a I don't want to talk to my family phase. They're not cool. They don't like me. I don't like them. Let's lock myself in the room. I mean, I went through that, and I know my sister went through that, so maybe it's just our family, but yeah, we grew out of it, and we're pretty normal now. I mean, I'm more normal because she's a little younger, but that's okay. She'll be on my level pretty soon. Anyways, that was the mom that I really just focused on her facial features for. This family, I don't think I mentioned actually. If I did, I'm sorry for repeating, but they're going to be a Serbian background. So I actually do look up average facial features for Serbian males and females and base their facial features in game on that. So this is Miliana Jovanovic, and I think that's such a pretty name. I find that her skin tone suits this gold burnt rust color eyeshadow so well, and I love it. I really tried to make that get to work blush kind of acts like a bronzer, but it wasn't doing what I wanted it to do, so I gave up. And I keep her makeup pretty similar throughout, just changing the lip color and eyeshadow around a little bit when it came to the formal wear. She's gonna have a little bit more of a boho vibe to her. She's kind of earthy and holistic, which is how I kind of picture the mother of the family having been when she was alive and there with the girls. So Miliana here is kind of taking after her mother in that sense in my kind of storyline in my head. She's still a girly girl, gets her nails done, has her hair nice every day, but yeah, she's gonna be into the blues, greens, browns, a lot of earthy tones. I really love the formal wear dress that I picked for her. It's a newer one, and it's not a typical formal wear dress that I would go for, because to me, the shape of it is a little bit more casual, but I think in the right swatch, it can pass for formal wear really well. Her pajamas, I don't put too much focus into. As for her traits, she's going to be, because I said a little bit boho, but she's actually going to be kind of geeky too. So she's following after her dad. She loves her video games, but she is also very into music and plays the piano. So you could say she's also an overachiever in that sense. That is the aspiration that we give her. I feel like she would be a grade A student, plays the piano, might even have a scholarship for music. Really, a proud daughter moment, I feel, for the parents here. Or I guess just Simon, because he's the one around to watch it. So we do give her the musical genius trait. That will be what she pursues in life. I envision her becoming part of like an orchestra or something. I know it doesn't go that deep in The Sims, but that's the kind of character I imagine this Sim having. Very kind of proper, even though she is a little bit earthy and boho. So yeah, she is going to be into garden and patio decor. Maybe a little bit moody, but is very innocent, kind of closed off from the outside world, and deep and introspective. Moving on, this is Katya. I also love her name. She is going to be more of your typical girl's girl, very into gossip and drama and kind of the trendy girl in high school. So that's kind of cool for her, but it does make her be a little distant from the rest of her family because she kind of thinks they're a little bit nerdy. Her and her sister are in different grades, so different friend groups, and they don't really hang out too much when they're at home because they're both doing their own very different things outside of school. So this sister is going to be a drama llama for her aspiration, a love bug, and a little bit nosy. She's going to want to know what's going on in everybody's life around her. So watch out, keep your doors shut, your voice down, and she won't eavesdrop around your corner. She's going to be into photography, singing, writing, dancing. So she is going to be still a little bit intellectual, but it's not her main priority. I feel like this sim would prioritize a social life over that. I don't end up giving her a hat for her outer or her hot weather wear. I give her a little bucket hat for her swimwear because I didn't want the sisters to be too matchy, and we gave Miliana a hat for her summer clothes. So yeah, I do love this sweater vest that I give her. It's kind of borderline geeky, but not really. It's very preppy and fashionable, I would say. Something I would wear, so I'm going to call it fashionable. I will take that back, actually. I say I will wear it, but I wouldn't, because I don't think I could pull it off because it's too fashionable, if that makes sense. Her favorite colors are also going to be pretty typical of your girl's girl. She's going to be very into the pinks and florals. I love her party wear. I have to admit, the whole vibe I had going on there with the purple tones, loved it. Her hot weather wear, pretty similar vibe to her everyday clothes, so nothing too spectacular there. I love this little cupcake hat. I had to make sure that she was wearing it for her cold weather wear, and I just made it work with it. The next daughter is going to be named Natalia. Oh gosh, sorry, Natalia. It has a J in it at the end, but it's going to be a silent J. So when you see that, don't read too much into it. I looked up Serbian names and kind of fit it to that culture. So I want my game to be accurate and realistic. So I have a lot of fun doing that. When I do genetics, even though I'm making a child sim, I always see what they look like as a teen or young adult. And then once I pick that teen or young adult, how I like them to look, I'll age them down to a child. So this sim, she's going to be kind of looking up to both sisters. So she's gonna be a little bit of a girl's girl, but she's also very into music, like the oldest sister, Miliana, and I kind of love that for her. She's got the best of both worlds. For her aspiration, she will be a musical genius. And then she's also going to be into singing and gossip. Her favorite color will be purple too. I don't give her as many likes and dislikes as the other siblings because I feel like as a child she really hasn't formed a good opinion or like a well thought through opinion. It's going to change so many times by the time she's a young adult that I didn't want to pick too many likes and dislikes for such a young sim because I feel like in gameplay it would be better to do it more natural of a progression. You're not all set out on your life's plan as, a 10-year-old sim. She's going to have the slumber party aspiration, which is kind of where I imagine her looking up to the other sister, Katia, because she's more into the popularity in school. Now, this here is actually going to be, I considered a toddler, but then I decided on the whole childbirth story and went with an infant. So this is going to be, oh my goodness, I can't even remember her name. That's terrible. Manda. Thank you. I beat myself to it just a smidge. Thank you for my quick thinking. Anyways, we're going to flip through their outfits real quick, give you one last look over. I hope you enjoy this Create a Sim and downloading them into your games. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to comment, like, most importantly, subscribe, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye, guys.